Hello. If you're a junior developer and you have been working for a while and you have a passion to become a senior software engineer and you want to grow in your career, this video is for you. I'll explain all those skills, all those points. If you're doing all those mistakes, I'll make you out of all those zones and you can become a senior software engineer. Mostly what happens, developer thinks that learning more programming languages, libraries, uh, and set of other logical skills can make you a senior software engineer, but that's not true. What exactly is the case? What exactly makes you separates you from a senior to software senior junior to senior is what is your mindset and approach towards a particular set of activity that is going around you. I'll talk about all those examples one by one. Just hear me out. Okay, so in this video I'll share you all the key differences which can basically tell you the difference between senior and junior developer, and that can actually help you to level up. So without any further delay, let's get started. Okay, I'll just walk you through the slides. I'll be talking and I shall be explaining all those points. So the first point that we have here is problem solving and task solving. The first and very important point. If you are a junior developer, you'll just focus on what is asked. If you're given a task, you'll just think about that task, you'll try to finish, and that's it, however it is instructed. But that's not the case actually. If you want to become a senior software engineer, you have to think deeper. You have to ask questions, a lot of questions to yourself, which will actually make that particular feature most efficient, most usable, and user retentive thing, which can grab more users' attention here. We should talk about like how should error handling work here, how we can make this secure if it's a login form. So that's the mindset which you have to change actually. The second important point is ownership and responsibility. Being a junior developer, we just always care about our work, what is given to us. We never listen to others, we never think around and for the product exactly. So if you want to become senior, how senior behaves, senior takes responsibilities for the whole product experience. Even if a bug comes, they do not think like whose mistake is this. He takes care, he comes forward and start figuring it out. Let's suppose something came in, a customer bug came in, you're just thinking, okay, I didn't work on this feature or this part, why should I come forward? That's the mistake that you are doing. You have to come forward, and in this case you are definitely going to learn a lot of things. Resolving bugs teach you actually, teach you not only in code thing, you're not learning only logics, you're not resolving the issues, but behind that there are lots of other things. You're making some impact in your team, and that's really very important. I'll give you an example. A senior doesn't just say that my code works on my machine. They ensures it works across environments, browsers and edge cases. They handle all the edge cases actually, which can occur. How? Because their mindset, they are thinking, they have taken that responsibility, they are owning, they're the owner. Once you think like you are the owner of the product, you'll start thinking differently and you'll start working in that direction, and that will definitely be visible within months, 2 or 3 or 5 months or 6 months. Okay, the third point, which is also important towards becoming a senior software engineer, that is big picture thinking. As a junior, we see the feature in isolation. Okay, this feature is given to you and you'll just build that. You'll not think of user experience perspective, you'll not think of how it should be optimized more so that user would like more speed optimization. Lots of other things are there. If the search feature is given to you, you'll just think, okay, You finished it and you say, okay, I built a search bar, but that's not the end thing. That's not the end goal. If you want to become a senior software engineer, you have to understand how search fits into the user experience actually. Can we add something more filter there? Is it a global search, or we are searching only particular thing? How we can optimize it? How we can tell the user like how you should search? There are lots of things, business logics you have to understand. There are cost optimization things. You know, there should not be too much re-rendering when you are searching. Memory leaks should not be there. A lot of things. If you make the search more faster, means that you are making higher user retention. Ultimately, which will benefit the company. And if company is benefiting, definitely you will also be get benefited. Okay. The fourth most important skill that you should have. This is always skip. My God, this is the I would say the highest priority skill that you should always have, which makes you the key difference. Even though you have all the skills that I mentioned before, but you do not have this communication one, you'll lose. You'll not be able to make such difference. So communication and collaboration is the key skill here in the list. So if you are a junior developer, you have to accept that. Like if you are low in communication, you'll struggle to explain technical issues. And if uh, you are low in that, like you'll definitely get stuck and you'll be silently sitting somewhere idle. But in case of senior developer can explain problems in simple words to teammates. If you explain the issues, if anyone can understand that, you'll get lot of suggestions, lots of feedback, and you'll get solutions very quickly. If you're explaining the issue which a non-tech guy can also understand, and stakeholders are always non-tech actually most of the time. And if you are going to explain something, if you are going to demand something, if you are going to give feedback that okay, hey, you are going to work on this feature, but I have this suggestion and opinion here, how we can improve, or should we even roll out this feature, should we even work on this feature, or we should work on some other part which can give more value to the user actually. And how you can do that? If you have better communication, then only it's possible. Otherwise it's not possible for you to communicate and collaborate. Once you are good at communication, definitely you'll be more collaborative. You'll have that confidence. Okay, you have good coding language, you'll come forward, you'll start collaborating, you'll start giving help, and things will definitely get changed. Drastically it will get changed. I'll give you an example how a junior explains the issue, and how senior. So if there is an issue in API, what junior will say, the API is down because of a 500 error. Can everyone understand this? No, not everyone can understand what is this 500 error in API. The same issue is explained by senior software engineer. The system that fetches your data is temporarily not working actually. So that's why the app is not showing the result, and that makes the difference actually, my brother. I'll give you some extra tips here as well. If you want to become a senior software engineer, you should mentor others, juniors, or if you are at the same level junior, you can mentor teammates. Review code constructively. Reviewing code is most important, and if you are reviewing code, it means somehow you are collaborating. And if there is collaboration, if there is visibility of your name, that person is visible, you're making a change, you're making an impact. And also sharing knowledge, sharing caring. This is the line which has been coming from very long time, and that's actually very true. If you have learned something which can benefit other, why don't you share that? And which will always make you more visible. Maybe you can prepare a slide, you can create a meeting, and you can just say everyone, hey, let's get on a call. I have learned something which is really very interesting and which can help you a better approach of something. You have learned how to code something better. So yeah, the fifth one is decision making. And decision making shows that you are now mature, you have the knowledge of the product, and if you are able to take decisions, means man, agree that you are towards that, like you are somehow becoming a senior software engineer, senior developer. In case of junior, what does happen? Does what Junior does is that does what is asked, does not question much, But senior understand every choice, every single choice. He'll always think of every single solution. How senior will think, should we cache data on the client for speed? But that can be a risk. Or always fetch from the server, which is slower but it's accurate. And that's how senior discusses these things openly and then take the decisions. Adding all those can make you towards that direction. Now we have an analogy here. Uh, Junior, just an example of it. Like junior equals to soldier following orders. You'll be just following. You're just following orders. You do not know what's the mission. What should we do in that case? Those cases, something occurs because you are limited. You're limiting your mind. You're not letting come forward. You're not giving suggestions and all. But in case of senior, senior equals to a strategist, deciding the best approach for the mission so that mission can be successful. The sixth point is code quality and future proofing. Being a junior developer always writes code that just work. It might be messy or hard to maintain or hard to understand for others, but for seniors, senior write clean code, modular, which can be used by other components, other people as well. Okay, other parts as well, by which duplication of code can be reduced. Or I'm a senior developer, if I have worked on some feature and I have written the code, maybe some other person can use it in other section of the application for other team. For that was I have to make the code modularize the code so that anyone can use that. So senior thinks about the next developers who will read it 6 months later. If a code is written, it should be more understandable. Anyone can understand even after a year. I'll give you an example. A junior hard codes values in multiple places, but senior extracts constants actually. Will extract the constant from that particular file, and he'll put it somewhere, and that constant will be reusable from there. Okay. This is the last point that you should consider. That is independence and leadership. Being a junior, you always need guidance at most steps and gets blocked easily. If you're working on a feature, something breaks, you do not start researching the things. You'll just leave your hand there and you'll say, okay, I'm now stuck here, I need someone to help. That's not the thing. You should start finding possible solution. You should start debugging the things more deeply so that you can get more idea. So that what senior does. Finds the solution independently, unblocks teammates, and drives project to completion. If you're a junior developer, if a library doesn't work, a junior waits for help. But senior checks documentation. That's the important thing. Explores alternatives. If this library is not working, we can go with another one, right? Or even writes a small utility themselves. Maybe if that library is breaking, we can write our own utility function, and that will work actually. So all these points can make you a senior developer, and believe me, if you have command over all these set of 7 points that I discussed here, no one can stop you to become a senior software engineer. You'll be more visible, you'll be able to make more value in the team, and definitely everyone will be more happy because you're one pillar. Anyone can rely on you. The same guy, the same program manager who was reaching out to always seeking, okay, someone who is more responsible, I should go and talk to them. But now you are also one person. That program manager will come to you and can discuss. You can also give solutions. You can also give suggestions. And that's how you can become a senior software engineer. And believe me, these all are really very beneficial skills or points, I would say. With that, I would like to say you thank you for being till this end of the video. And if you like this video, do not forget to like and subscribe my channel if you are new to this channel, because that also motivates me to make more videos. And time to time I'll also improve my explanation skill. How will I do that if I get more motivation? So okay, that's all for today. We'll meet with another video. Thank you so much. Bye bye.